We hope you're enjoying all the great competition you're seeing here today. At the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're grateful for the incredible support that makes this event possible. None more vital or valued than the proud title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau. With me here today is Brent Johnson, president of the Iowa Farm Bureau, to explain why their organization invests in and supports the Girls Union.
Thanks, Aaron. The Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for more than 2 decades now. The athletes competing here today represent the very best of our nation's student athletes, driven, dedicated, and committed to teamwork. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we share those same values. Our farmers lead the nation not only in the production of corn, hogs, eggs, and ethanol, but also in the implementation of a number of innovative soil and water conservation practices which hold soil in place and reduce runoff. These shared values unite Iowa's student athletes and farm families, and our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the perfect opportunity to celebrate that commitment to excellence statewide.
Thank you, Brent. We appreciate the Iowa Farm Bureau's ongoing support and the role you play in helping Iowa's girls shine.
Good afternoon and welcome to Channel Field at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa, home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. I'm John Schaefer. Addie Wells on the call with me today, and in just a moment we'll have the matchup between the 4 and 5 seeds. Number 4 seed Western Dubuque taking on the 5 seed Winterset right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Once again, John Schaefer, Addie Wells, excited to bring you Game 2 from Class 4A's bracket. ADM advances with the 10-1 victory in Game 1 of the day. So the winner of this will get the Tigers. Loser will play Burlington on the loser side of the bracket. And we're going to get started a little bit early. Let's go ahead and turn it over to our public address announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick, for our team introductions and starting lineups.
Now let's meet our starting lineups. First of all, for Winterset, here are your non-starters. Number 8, Paige White. Number 12, Brooke Roberts. Number 20, Macy Landers. Number 24, Paisley Jack. And number 28, Nora Mersberger. Your assistant coaches, Jan Devine and Abby Williams. Now here's your starting lineup for the Winterset Huskies. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 10, McKenna Olson. Batting second at third base, number 4, Macy Olson. Batting third and doing the pitching, number 23, Danica Ferber. Cleanup hitter for the Huskies in left field, number 13, Eva Minnick. Batting fifth at second base, number 25, Nora. Batting second at third base, number 4, Macy Olson. Batting third and doing the pitching, number 23, Danica Ferber. Cleanup hitter for the Huskies in left field, number 13, Eva Minnick. Batting fifth at second base, number 25, Nora Loudon. Batting sixth, the designated player, and strikes today, Daryl Erickson. All right, who's ready for state tournament softball?
So once again, the 4-5 matchup. Western Dubuque Bobcats come in 32-8, led by Rex Massey. Started his coaching career in 2021, 6th season. Been to state every year but 2022. Of course, Western Dubuque won the state title back in 2021. Lost in the quarters last year, 8-7 to North Polk. To get here, Western Dubuque beat Marion 5-4. On the other side, Winterset topped Grinnell 2-1 for their trip to the state tournament, led by Anita Smith. Played for Forest City in this tournament back in 1996. A young Winterset team, just one senior on the roster, so a little bit of new territory for this Huskies team. And as you look at the 4-5 matchup, one, Addie, that you'd expect to be a tightly contested battle.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at the stats here, and it's a really even matchup. I would say Western Dubuque, as the 4 seed, has a little bit of the edge. They average a few more runs scored per game, a few less runs scored against them, more hits, and so on and so forth. They have a slight edge pitching-wise as well. Vask has a few more strikeouts, and Ferber has a few less, but both still notable, still up there, and it will definitely be a tight competition.
Again, you brought it up, the Sioux Cup stats. Lauren Vasky, 33-8 in her career, 17-3 this season, 1.24 ERA, 155 strikeouts. Teams batting just 1.64 against Vasky. Ferber on the other side, the ace, 14-5, 105 strikeouts. Higher ERA, as you alluded to, Addie, but no less. Defense will be called upon. I think Winterset's one of those teams that is okay letting the ball be put into play. And so we'll see how the Bobcats navigate that offensively. But first, they'll start in the field, and Winterset will lead things off. McKenna Olson, shortstop for the Huskies. Steps into the box, the righty, against Vasky. And Vasky delivers a strike in her opening pitch. Starting a minute early, unlike atypical of what we see at tournament time. Vasky's moving quick, a pair of strikes here to start things off, and really finding your groove early in this setting as a pitcher is so critical.
It truly is. It sets the tone of the game. It allows your defense to settle in.
Olson shoots that up the middle. Right on cue, the 0-2 count, and she finds a way on. And that's one of those, I think, as Vasky continues to settle in. Maybe not the pitch she wants in an 0-2 count. A little too close to the zone.
Yes, a little bit. And we're going to learn quickly that, again, Western Dubuque may have the slight edge, but Winterset is a notable program here. They've had several trips to the state tournament. They're going to know how to attack right away and to take that momentum. That's going to be a big part of the state tournament game.
So one aboard. An 0-1 count here to Macy Olson, third baseman for Winterset. Olson, always smiling, lifts that one up into right, handled by Vogel for out number 1. Danica Ferber now stepping up. And it'll be pitcher v. pitcher here. And Ferber going to try and help her cause early with a runner aboard. Danica Ferber, again the ace for this Winterset team. Takes that low and in. 2-0 count, sorry. And if you're Winterset here, Vasky wants to deal quick, so making sure life's a little bit easier on her. As that's taken up and away for ball 3. Ferber patient in that batter's box. Shows bunt, pulling back, and there's strike 1. No chance she was swinging there, just trying to get in the head of Vasky a bit.
This early in the game, that's absolutely how to approach that scenario.
The heater blows it past Ferber, works the count full. Ferber this season batting .333, and she is aboard as she takes ball 4.
It's a great job of staying patient and disciplined at the plate, especially after the second hitter, Macy Olson, flew out there. You want to limit the back-to-back outs there, and Winterset is doing just that, getting a runner on, getting an out, getting a runner on. It's going to add up eventually if they continue to find ways on base.
We get a courtesy runner. Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. All tournament long here on the Girls Union Network. Substitutions and pitching changes in today's game brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com as that is taken for ball 1. Eva Minnick is up. And there's a strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-1 count. Minnick this season, just an 8th grader. .321 batting average. Flares that one deep out into right. That's over the head of Vogel. Coming around to score is McKenna Olson. There's going to be a play at the plate. No, there will not be. Olson trots home from second. The Huskies strike first on the stand-up double by Eva Minnick.
That was such a beautifully struck ball. I couldn't even tell how far it was going until we saw Vogel out in right, turn and run. But that was a great job of taking that outside pitch. We've seen Vasky work quickly on that outer edge and work it for strikes, and Minnick took it to the right side and was able to push a run across.
Strike one to Nora Loudon. All extra base hits in today's game brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. That ball fouled off and out of play. Strike two to Loudon. Loudon this season batting .298. Has drawn 8 walks this season, 19 RBIs in the 5-hole. Working behind in the count, Vasky up ahead. An 0-2 count. That ball in the dirt. And one interesting facet to this, we'll get into more as this game goes on, as that stays inside, is catcher Evelyn Koopman calls all the pitches for this team from behind the dish, something you don't really see much of anymore between the high school and college ranks of softball. That ball grounded right back to Vasky. She gets the runner in a bit of a pickle here. We'll get our first run down. And falling down there was a courtesy runner, but advancing on it was Minnick to third. Heads up running by Minnick to at least advance, but out number 2. On the ground ball back to Vasky. Nice job by Vasky to read the runner at third.
That was a great job, especially with runners in scoring position. Your job on an easy ground ball like that is to check them. And Ferber was just too far off there, got caught in the middle, and that was a great job of securing the ball and securing an out in that situation and limiting a run.
Taylor Van Pelt, the designated player in the 6th hole. Van Pelt this season, a .309 batting average, 18 RBIs. Chops that to short, fielded cleanly, throw across, in time by Rundy for out number 3. 2 hits, 1 run, 1 left on base. It's a 1-0 lead for the Huskies after the top of the first wraps up there. Bobcats will try and answer in the home half of 1 next on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. So 1 run top of the first. Winterset does strike first in today's matchup in the 5-4 pairing of the 4A bracket. Carly Vogel, who got burned out in right field, no fault of her own. That was just a well-hit ball, batting .414. 10 stolen bases as well, exactly what you want out of a leadoff hitter. Vogel off the hands, fights it off for a foul ball. Vogel again off the hands. Ferber working nice and quick as well. We talked about that with Vasky in the break there. Vasky works quick. We feel rushed. I think Ferber's going to work just as fast.
Yeah, both pitchers are definitely setting the tone early in the game that they want to dominate the circle, they want to dominate the field, and hitters are being just as aggressive too. That both teams here feel comfortable working at this faster pace, and it doesn't seem to be frazzling anyone. Everyone's just ready. Maybe a little bit antsy being the first day of state, but everyone looks ready and aggressive.
Ferber 14-5 on the year, 3.23 ERA, as we alluded to in our pregame show. In case you didn't quite catch all of that, she is the Winterset ace. This team got here after a 2-1 win against Grinnell. Low-scoring affair in that one, in that regional final. Ferber down and away, ball 3. Vogel, great patience, full count. Hafer waits on deck. Here comes the payoff. That ball roped out deep into straightaway center. It's off the wall, going for 2, and sliding in safely is Vogel with the double.
That was another great piece of hitting again. It just flies out of this ballpark. She went with the outside pitch as a lefty hitter and was struck it well enough that it burned the center fielder. Gross out there in center, and that's just a way to be a leadoff hitter.
Extra base hits brought to you by Channel Seeds. And the Bobcats looking to answer back here with the leadoff double. Lacey Hafer this season batting in the 2 spot. Batting .286 this season, 11 walks drawn. And she took the first pitch for a ball. That'll find the zone for strike 1. 1-1 count. Hafer, the only sophomore starter in this lineup. She's also the starting point guard for the Western Dubuque Bobcats in basketball. Love to see the multi-sport athletes out there. Were you a multi-sport athlete, Addie?
I unfortunately was not. I mean, I did track, to prepare for softball season, but I was strictly a softball girl.
Okay. Well, it's worked out for you, sitting over there at Wartburg, going into your senior year here.
It has, and I actually play with Lacey Hafer's older sister at Wartburg, too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lacey sits here with the 3-1 count. Ferber deals, and there's ball 4 on the walk. Now 2 aboard for the Bobcats, and I think, again, both teams showing some patience in the batter's box today, and great job by Hafer to work back after going down 0-1 in that count.
Yeah, both teams have now drawn a walk and had an extra base hit. It's great. A great job of separating each opportunity here. Each hitter knows that their job is to get on base and to find a way to pass the bat. Nobody's trying to get the big swings just yet. They're just allowing themselves to find a way on.
Melanie Rundy takes ball 1. Rundy shoots that out into the gap in left. That's going to bring home Vogel. She'll stand up and crossing the dish. The RBI single for Rundy knots this game up at 1 apiece.
These lefty hitters have been absolutely on point, sitting back in her back leg and allowing her hands to come through with the barrel to find that outside pitch and just shoot it right back up the left center gap. That was beautiful, well executed, and allowed a run to come across and tie this ball game.
Now batting center fielder number 10, Kyla Ramler.
Kyla Ramler fouls that back to the screen. Ramler this season batting .402. Has 8 home runs this season as well. She'll lay off that high in the zone.
She also leads the team in RBIs with 32 this season, and what an opportunity to continue adding on to that stat.
Exactly what you want from the cleanup hitter in your lineup. That's fouled back as well. And Ferber settling things down, working ahead in the count. as a pitcher here with a 1-2 count. Trying to keep it maybe out of the, work it up out of the zone or away from the zone a little bit here if you're a pitcher.
Definitely being up in the count and facing the cleanup hitter with runners on, you want to try to work it in your favor and not throw anything over the heart of the plate.
Ramler fights it off the hands and out of play. She keeps the at-bat alive. Ervolino, again, waiting on deck. So 2 on, no outs. It's a 1-1 game here. Ferber deals, and that ball's hammered down the line. And just foul. If that stays fair, it's gone.
That was a great barrel. You could see the crowd get up trying to tell if it was fair or foul, but definitely what you want to see from Ramler as the cleanup hitter. She just seems a little bit antsy, a little bit out in front of it. You want to see her settle in a little bit more, especially knowing that the first 3 hitters have found their way on.
That ball takes a hop, skip, and a jump into the mitt. 2-2 count. Roberts doing a nice job keeping that in front of her. That ball shot over to the left side. Play at third. Nicely handled it short by Olsen. Goes to the other Olsen in the lineup for out number 1 on the fielder's choice.
That was a great choice from McKenna Olsen there at short, and the perfect situation as well. It took her to the 5-6 hole. There was a force out at 3, and she was able to get the lead runner out there. That was just textbook softball right there.
Lauren Ervolino now. 2 ducks on the pond. Swing and a miss as Ferber blows that past her. Ervolino, .299 batting average, 8 walks, 15 RBIs this year. She hits that one hard, high, straight out of center, and that's gone! A 3-run shot, Lauren Ervolino.
What a way to take the lead in the first inning. Again, they're not trying to do too much. She didn't put a huge swing on it, but Western Dubuque knows how to find barrels. They know how to adjust to what the pitcher's throwing here. And Ervolino did just that against Ferber and drilled this one right back out to center.
Should mention the wind is blowing out to straightaway center today. The ball carrying, but that was barreled by Ervolino, and the first inning 3-run shot has the Bobcats up 4-1. Sneaky bunt attempt by Raquel Fern. Goes back foul. And the Bats are alive and well here in Class 4A today. Our second home run of the day on Channel Seeds Field. So here comes the 0-1 to Fern. She gets a barrel on it, sends it foul. That's heading towards the concession stands. That's just a second strike there. Ferber needing to settle in just a bit. She's through the bulk of the damage that this lineup can really do, but don't sleep on the bottom half as Ferber gets the backwards K. Fern stares at it for the first strikeout of the day.
That was a great pitch. Again, up in the count, you want to be careful trying to still go for something on the plate that can be called as a strike. That was a great job of still finding the corner of the plate, being aggressive, going and getting these Western Dubuque hitters.
Diving snag by McKenna Olsen for out number 3. But the Bobcats plate 4. The big shot by Ervolino has it a 4-1 game. We'll head to the top of 2 in Class 4A softball here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Welcome back in on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. A quick look at the Sioux Cup stats. Both these teams know how to put up runs, Addie, and certainly both teams know how to hit the ball hard. We've seen it in the first inning.
Absolutely. Both have been able to find hard-hit balls, find ways on base that are walks, and they're going to use all their different facets there.
Fern makes the catch for out number one on the first pitch Van Pelt sees. That brings up, or I'm sorry. Yeah, we've got Addie Gross up. I'm sorry. I heard one thing, but it is Addie Gross. Or no, I'm wrong. It's Tenley Smith. I'm off in my book. I apologize. I missed somebody somewhere in there. So Tenley Smith up with 2 balls. And, you know, I mentioned it early on in that first inning that Koopman calls all the pitches. I think that is also something that allows us to keep it moving.
It definitely is quicker transitions between pitches, and I'm sure it's as much a strategic choice as it is a stylistic choice for the pitcher. Sometimes that battery connection is just a lot more fluid without the coaches doing that.
And a walk there for Smith puts her aboard. 4 straight balls.
You know, Koopman also has the best view back there out of all of us, and she can see where hitters stand. Maybe she can hear what they're thinking, what they're looking for. She can see the most back there. So I actually really like the fact that she's calling these pitches.
Kayla Roberts up, the catcher for this Winterset Huskies team. She'll fight that one off the hands for strike 2. Roberts, just a freshman, 13 RBIs, 2 home runs, a .203 batting average. And the Huskies trying to bounce back, but she swings and misses. No place to go for her, as there's another strikeout for Vasky. Lauren Vasky's been solid in the circle so far. So 2 strikes, or 2 outs, I should say. Brings up McKenna Olson. Made the diving snag at short to end the last inning. She'll take that for strike 1 on the inside paint. Olson led things off with a shot to straightaway center. Would come around to score. Takes that for a ball. A 1-1 count. That one hit hard out into left. And Olson 2 for 2 on the day with the single. Really like her approach at the plate. Been patient. She's hit the ball very square each time she's connected. And another look at it here.
She gets the barrel there. It's elevated in the zone, but she gets her barrel there. She knows how to make contact intended to do damage.
So 2 on, 2 out. Brings up Macy Olson. She'll take strike 1. And a lot of taken first pitches here for Winterset. I think they're just trying to get Vasky to maybe get a few under her arm and maybe get a few more pitches out of it. And maybe that's me overanalyzing. They just might not like the first pitch.
It can be a balance of both.
That ball in the dirt inside, 2-1. Growing up playing, I never swung at a first pitch really. I know it bugged the heck out of my coaches sometimes, but I liked getting a pace on it. Every at-bat changes a little bit. Macy Olson takes strike 2 there. Up in the batter's box just a bit. Here is Olson. Swings, hacked at, camping out under it. At short and handled nicely by Rundy for out number 3. No damage done by Winterset. We'll head to the home half of 2 with the Bobcats up 4-1 on the Girls Union Network.
Hey, Frank. Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
but to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, you better stake up. Fairway and meat go hand in hand.
This dream is meant for you and me.
Poultry, pork, and beef, your home for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed.
Fairway, it's the one you need.
Well, Taylor Witzel will try and pick up her team where they left off. 3 or 4 runs, I should say, in the bottom of the first. Here in the home half of 2, she'll lead things off. Witzel this season, a .252 hitter, 11 walks, 20 RBIs.
Number 6, Taylor Witzel.
She finds a way aboard, needless to say. Witzel swings and misses for strike 1. Changeup gets her to swing at it. And a great job mixing up the pitches by Ferber.
Ferber's definitely looking to get this leadoff hitter out. That is huge in softball and shifting the momentum and limiting the damage that they can produce in an inning.
Witzel fights it off to keep the at-bat alive. And when you're in an 0-2 hole as a hitter, how does the approach change a little bit?
It's again going to depend on the person. Some people feel a little bit more pressure and indecisiveness on whether it's a strike or not. I actually prefer an 0-2 count because it takes some of the decision making out of it. It's like if it's anywhere near the zone, you got to be hacking at it. But again, there's lots of different approaches you can take. You can change your stride a little bit, change your grip on the bat, anything to shorten up.
Ferber sits her down with the third strike there and out number 1. Maybe seeing the pitchers now start to settle in. They got those first inning jitters out of the way. And that brings up Evelyn Koopman, the catcher for this Western Dubuque team. She fouls that one off. It's a tip ball for strike 1. Koopman, .276 hitter. Strike 2. She stares at it. That ball up and away from Ferber for ball 1. And, you know, there's a lot of different approaches nowadays with the 9-hole hitter. Some coaches like to put one of their top hitters toward the bottom of the lineup just so that the top of the order can get things rolling, as that's roped down the line, just foul. I kind of like that approach. So often, years ago, you saw the 9-hole hitter kind of be that weakest person in the lineup, but now we're seeing that mentality adjustment.
Yeah, it's almost like an extra leadoff hitter right before you get your leadoff hitter up, and it kind of guarantees, again, being able to push somebody into scoring position. They may not necessarily have all the power compared to some of their other teammates, but they find their way on.
Koopman watches that drift outside of the zone for ball 2. 2-2 count with 1 down here in the home half of 2. Koopman, swing and a miss, strike 3. The third strikeout of the day for Ferber will bring up the top of the order with Carly Vogel.
This is a huge shift in the tone of the game for Ferber. She had to face 3 batters before she was able to allow her team to record an out in the first inning, and now she's been able to secure the first 2 outs in the first 2 batters she's faced in the second inning. So that's going to be huge in allowing Winterset to relax a little bit and chop away at this 3-run deficit.
Vogel stares at strike 1. Ferber with the 0-1 on the way. Rise ball drifts up. 1-1 count. The 1-1 chopped foul brings the count to 1-2.
Another Bud Light.
Again, Vogel leads her second on this team in batting average with .414. Got on, shoots that through the left side. Nice piece of hitting from Carly Vogel. And she's aboard with the 2-out single.
Carly Vogel with the base hit to left.
It was almost an identical swing to what we saw in her first at-bat that she drove to center. She sat back, kept her weight in her back leg, and just allowed her hips and her hands to come through and barrel that up. It's great hitting and great adjustments throughout her at-bat as well.
Lacey Hafer walked in her first plate appearance. She takes ball 1 up and away. And this is the part of the lineup where Ferber ran into some pain points as here's ball 2, just missing the zone.
And sometimes as pitchers, it's almost the hardest to get that 3rd out after you've gotten the first 2 outs back to back. You want to loosen up a little bit, be comfortable, but you also got to stay sharp and know that you're in the state tournament. You're playing against a good hitting team. Like, one mistake could cost you. So Ferber, again, needs to lock in and be able to trust her defense and continue to produce weak outs by working the zone.
You see Hafer. It's a hit and run, and Vogel gets second. The throw gets away on the throw down to second, and Vogel will advance to 3rd. It's just about to bring up. We saw Hafer step out of the box and take a signal. And one more look at this throw down. Just gets away from Olsen and bounds out into center field. The hit and run call works even without the hit.
Sometimes a swing and run, even accidental, is just as effective.
2-2 count, though. Ferber trying to get out of this unscathed. That ball hit out into center, and that'll drop in right in front of Gross. Vogel comes in to score. 5-1 lead for Western Dubuque.
RBI single by Hafer scores.
Another great piece of hitting from Hafer here.
That'll bring up shortstop Melanie.
It's a great job barreling it up. I feel like we've seen a lot of hits go right back up the middle in this ballgame already, and that's going to be huge. Just sitting back and just driving it where it's coming from instead of trying to pull the ball and do too much damage with it.
That'll bring up Melanie Rundy. Had a single out into left, came around to score after that RBI single. That ball's hit hard, high, deep. Gross camps out under it. It's over her head. Hafer's rounding 3rd, heading for home. She'll stand up at the dish. And Rundy stands up at 2nd with the RBI.
And this is the momentum that the Bobcats feed off of. Rundy got just enough of that to push it past the center fielder out there.
Yeah, just over her head, and with 2 outs, the Bobcats have found a rally to go up 6-1. We're only in the home half of 2. That ball chopped foul by Kyla Ramler. Ramler grounded into the 6-5 fielder's choice an inning ago. If Winterset does need to go someplace else, Kylie Nelson has made 20 appearances in the circle this season. They do have options. As Ferber blows it past Ramler there for strike 2. Ferber, just an 8th grader. Out and away, it's a good 0-2 pitch. Ramler stays away from it, though. Yeah, 1-2 on the way, fouled back. That bat stays alive for the 4-hole hitter. Umpire going to give the catcher and Roberts a chance to collect herself. Always appreciate when an umpire reads those foul tips. Gives an extra moment to collect themselves. You like to think that's returned by the catchers when an umpire might take a foul ball.
Some unspoken softball rules, yeah. Common courtesy.
So here's Ramler, the 1-2. She'll foul it back again. She's fighting in there.
At the top of the order for the Bobcats have done an outstanding job at fighting to stay alive when they need to, fighting to get deep in counts when they need to, and fighting to do damage with the pitches that they're getting.
Team high 31 RBIs. Ramler can do some serious damage with one in scoring position. She keeps it going again. And this is what you see from good hitters. An ability to just fight off the pitches they don't necessarily want and wait for a mistake from a pitcher. Again, she gets it to go. That'll find the top of the dugout down the third baseline.
Those are some of the most frustrating hitters to face as a pitcher as well. Those that you can't just quite get rid of, but you know if you just put it right there that it could cost you.
Well, you talked about it. That third out, so hard to get. Ferber going to try and get it there. She does. Ramler, I take that back, fouls it off. It wasn't quite squeezed by Roberts. And we'll dial it up again, the 1-2. This is where you got to stay sharp. As a young pitcher in Ferber. Takes the signal, delivers. There she does get the swing and a miss by Ramler for out number 3. But once again, 2 runs come in to score on 3 hits for the Bobcats. It's 6-1 through 2 innings of play here in the 4A opening round on the Channel Seeds field on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
So we approach the top of the third on the Girls Union Network, and to lead things off, it'll be Danica Ferber trying to help her cause. She is the 3-hole hitter. Got on back in the first. Eva Minnick waits in the on-deck circle.
See how it goes the rest of the week, right?
All right, for Winterset, pitcher Danica Ferber.
Ferber fouls off pitch number 1. Baskey deals. Ferber pops it up. Camping out under it is Rundy for out number 1 for the Bobcats.
Rundy with the catch for out number 1.
Minnick had a double in the first inning.
to bring up left fielder Eva Minnick.
Going to try and get on board here with one out. Try and start a Winterset rally. She'll take strike one. The Bobcats have been sharp, both defensively and at the dish, and right now looking like they'll be a tough out. Granted, everyone who gets to the state tournament always a good team.
You definitely earn it to get here to Fort Dodge, but Western Dubuque's maturity seems to be showing in these early innings. The seniors, the upperclassmen, leading the field, leading the lineup. Winterset, a young team. The program not new to Fort Dodge, but these players may be getting used to some of the different factors that the environment brings.
That ball shot out into right. It'll get down, and standing up at first with the single out into right field is Eva Minnick.
Puts her safely at first.
Minnick with another great piece of hitting. Stays loaded, drives that pitch up the right side. We haven't seen many go to that side of the field yet, but a great job of driving that outside pitch, going with it, and finding a way on.
Minnick with 5 stolen bases this season, as now up is Nora Loudon, takes ball one. Minnick, considered quick by her head coach. We talked about Winterset and their experience at the state tournament. 14th appearance here in Fort Dodge, but her first appearance in a little bit of time. Lays off that one to Loudon. And the team motto for Winterset, growth, grit, and gratitude. And they're going to need some grit to claw themselves back into this one today.
Well, if any team has grit, I'm sure it's Winterset. Again, young team, but they're scrappy. They know how to fight their way back. They've got all the pieces that they need. It's just a matter of piecing it all together.
Loudon works it to a 3-1 count. And sometimes being a young team, no experience here does pay off long term because you just don't know any better. You have some fearlessness to your game as that ball's smoked out into left center, going back and goodbye, a 2-run shot. Nora Loudon.
Nora Loudon, home run. Drives an Eva Minnick for 2-run home run. That was a big swing, a big moment, and a must-go home run.
Loudon with a breath of life.
That home run measured by Lakeville
She
Farms
absolutely
laser
drilled that. I don't
distancing
think there was
device.
anybody that doubted that was
235 feet.
Right off the bat, you knew you could kiss that one goodbye, one more look at it. As Loudon connects. And what a great moment for her here at the state tournament. Just a sophomore. And her first home run of the season comes here. Can Winterset now build off of some of that momentum with Taylor Van Pelt, designated player? And I had asked you in the break, do you make a pitching change maybe to try and swing some momentum? I think we have our answer there. There's no need to change defensively.
Absolutely. When your offense proves that they can show up, back you up, and fight their way back into the game, pitchers are able to relax a little bit, work the count a little bit more to their advantage.
So with one out, Winterset has cut the lead down to just 3 here in the top of the third. Vasky going to take an extra moment to recollect here with a 2-0 count against Taylor Van Pelt. Grounded into a 6-3 putout. There's ball 3. I'm guessing there's going to be a hold sign on this one. Should be a take coming from that third base coaching box. And they will put Van Pelt aboard on the base on balls. Addie Gross now steps in. Flew out to second in her first plate appearance. And we're going to get a mound visit, or a circle visit, I should say. Get my terminology correct over here. As Rex Massey wants to step out and just have a quick conversation with his defensive unit out there. What do you think the message kind of is here?
Well, again, kind of like we talked about last inning. You get a lead out, you want to continue that momentum, but then it's easy for hitters to take advantage of when you're loosening up a little bit too much. So it's, again, tighten up, play the game that you know how to play, use the skills that you know how to utilize. It might just be a breath, too, in this heat. We see her wiping down her arm a little bit. Maybe it's some sweat that's causing some pitches to go a little bit wild.
Got to remember, both these teams average close to 6 runs per game, so you knew runs would be no shortage here in Game 2 on the 4A bracket.
It's a state tournament. Long balls are going to be part of the game.
See her with the resin bag out there as well. Maybe just trying to, as you said, get that grip down, dialed in. And this will be Addie Gross stepping in once again. She pops that one up. Drifting under it is Rundy for out number 2. And that's maybe a spot where I'd like to see Gross take a pitch or two, just because we saw 4 straight balls from Vasky in the at-bat prior with Van Pelt. Maybe just force her to find the zone quickly.
I agree. The Huskies seem to have a little bit more success once they at least see 1 or 2 pitches so far in this game, and especially considering she flew out on the very first pitch in her previous at-bat. That would have been an adjustment I also would have liked to see, but the aggressive mentality can pay off again in the future. Again, it's a game of failure. You're only expected to be successful 1 out of 3 at-bats in this game, so sometimes that mentality is just a timeliness thing as well.
Well, here we are seeing it as Tenley Smith does show patience, draws a 3-0 count. She was taken the whole way, and that's strike 1. 1 aboard, 2 down. Tenley Smith, the right fielder for Winterset, looks on. The 3-1. That's drifting out of play just ever so slightly. And the count has worked full for Vasky. Good battle here. Nice battle back by Vasky to get a couple strikes after a handful of balls.
Again, you just get the second out. You want to get that third out as soon as possible. We saw a 2-out rally earlier, and those can get out of hand, especially when the base runners are free to run.
Gets a swing and a miss from Tenley Smith for out number 3, but 2 runs come across the dish. The home run by Loudon makes this a 3-run game as we head to the home half of 3 here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Well, Adeline Good will take the circle now for Winterset, a 3.53 ERA. She makes the move over from first base, and Ferber will make the shift over to first herself after a couple of innings giving up 6 runs and just trying to change the eyes of the batter maybe a bit.
We've already seen this pitching change be effective in the 4A state tournament. Burlington did a good job at keeping ADM off balance in Game 1 this morning. And Winterset will be hoping to keep the Bobcats off balance now.
So I take that back. I had my shift wrong, but I think Ferber moves over to third now. Let's see what they announce.
Now batting designated player Lauren Ervolino.
Ferber moves to third.
23 is at third base. 25 is at first base.
And Loudon moves to first base. As that'll drop into right. A leadoff single for Ervolino.
And 19 is pitching.
Softball's so unique in the number of shifts we see, but this is a nice job by Lauren Ervolino. Takes this little blooper out into right and gets the rally going for the Bobcats once again.
No, it's a good enough piece of hitting to be able to put herself on base, but also props to Good coming in and producing somewhat of a week out. It's not as barreled as we've seen so far.
Fern lays down the bunt, outfielded cleanly over there at first base by Loudon. So the sac bunt gets Ervolino to second and a runner in scoring position. And that's going to be ball one here to Evelyn White. Macy Olson moves to second. I think it's Loudon now at first. That ball popped up out into left. Coming in is Minnick. And that's a beautiful piece of work from the left fielder.
Eva Minnick with a nice catch at left round number 2.
So F7 in your scorebooks if you're keeping track at home is out number 2. Taylor Witzel went down swinging in her first plate appearance an inning ago. Going to try and bring in Ervolino, who sits at second. Witzel will stay away from that pitch for ball one. And Coach Massey talking about Witzel this season has said she's really found a way on base in crucial moments. I'd consider this one of those spots where she gets on base. It may score a run here and put the Bobcats back up by 4. 2-0 count. Goods worked efficiently thus far. The 2-0 now. Here to Witzel. That's outside the zone and a 3-0 count. This is exactly what you want if you're Western Dubuque. Make her throw some pitches, force the issue a bit.
Absolutely. Witzel is doing a great job of still sticking to her plan even with the 2-out pressure on her.
And there's ball 4. Witzel's aboard with the walk. So now force out at any bag. Should mention all substitutions and pitching changes today brought to you by IMT Insurance. You can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. So here's Evelyn Koopman, the 9-hole hitter. She'll leave that alone on the inside half.
Does she take Van Pelt's place then?
They wanted to just keep an eye on Ervolino up there at second. Keep runners honest. Getting that wind has picked up quite a bit, blowing to straightaway center. We've seen a couple of home runs here in game number 2. And that misses the zone as well for a second ball to Koopman. That's 6 straight balls out of the zone here for Good, and she needs to find it quickly. Koopman with the hitter's pitch. Stays away from it. That will catch the inside part of the plate for strike 1.
That Good seemed to find a little bit of a lull there in the last batter and a half, but especially at the bottom of the order, you want to attack the zone, get the third out.
And fouling it back is Koopman. 2-2 count. Good now in front. And trying to put it away with no damage done. Let our offense get back to work here. Pitching just has such a different mentality, I'd say. Got to be relying on everybody else because this is a game you're not going to typically win 1-0. So trust your defense a bit as that count works full. Changeup not getting to the dish. So here comes the full count. Runners should be going. That ball shot right back up the middle, fielded cleanly, throw across in time by Olsen for out number 3. And despite a big hit and a couple left on base, Western Dubuque comes away empty-handed. It remains 6-3 as we go to the top of 4 here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Welcome back in to the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Big thank you to Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why they are the proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing girls state softball tournament. They believe that by investing in our youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. And amazing is probably an understatement for how great this softball tournament is. They do such a wonderful job across the board to really make this an engrossing environment for all these athletes. You truly feel it the second you step on the grounds here at Rogers Sports Complex.
I'd agree. Everything's decked out in pink for IGHSAU. You've got the fields, you've got the fans, you've got all of the staff and faculty around helping make all of this possible. It's truly a well-oiled machine around here.
And that lovely Girls Union logo out in center field on all the fields today as well. And you'll see some wear and tear on those as the week progresses. Quite a few more games going on this year for the state tournament. If you're just tuning in, double elimination now is the format across all 5 classes. So if you lose game 1, you can still fight your way back into a championship game by week's end. And that's where it all comes down to just one game in that championship.
It's definitely a new approach to this tournament from all facets as well, for the teams, for the media crews, for the event planners as well. But an exciting opportunity to still be able to fight your way back, even if the first game doesn't go your way.
So we head to the bottom of the 4th. And we have a hydration break. It has gotten hot enough. I haven't checked my app lately, but I know prior to this game it was in the 90s, felt like 100. Right now, currently in Fort Dodge, 92, but feels like 106. And Addie, at that point, is it just hot regardless?
It's definitely the Iowa High School State Softball Tournament experience, just playing in the dead heat, the muggy heat. But these girls are used to it also. Like, you've got to give them credit. They've played all summer in these types of conditions. And I come back after graduating high school and be like, how did I ever play in this now that I'm playing in February, March, and April, and May? But props to these girls. They put a lot of pressure on their bodies, a lot of stress on their bodies, but to be able to still take care of yourself enough to be able to succeed in this tournament is a lot to praise.
Well, and also need to send a praise out for our umpiring crews all week long, too. Certainly they deserve great credit for helping put this on. Without our officials, we cannot have these athletic seasons go on. And so certainly encourage anyone out there wondering if, hey, maybe I want to get into umpiring or reffing or officiating any sports out there. Certainly look into it through the Girls Union Network website. We need more officials out there, and certainly credit to the crews out here today. Also dealing with the heat in long pants and dark colors at times, and even some extra equipment if you're behind the dish. You ever thought about umpiring, Addie, after your career playing days are over?
It's definitely been a topic of conversation. I might have to wait a few years, though.
I think the broadcast booth is a great spot for now, so keep that going.
I'd agree.
As we jump in with Kayla Roberts here to start the fourth off. Top of the fourth, I should say. I got a half inning ahead as Roberts swings and misses for strike two. I'm not trying to move this game along any faster than it is. It's been entertaining to say the least.
Definitely a quicker paced game for the pitchers and the hitters.
Vasky deals, and she'll ring up another one. Picks up right where she left the last inning off. Her third strikeout on the afternoon. Brings us around to the top of the lineup with McKenna Olson, who's just done a stellar job of hitting in her first two plate appearances.
It's been exactly what a leadoff hitter needs to be for this young Winterset team.
I think Vasky knows who she's working with right now, too. She's not going to let anything really creep around too close to that zone. With McKenna Olson up, she fouls that back to the screen for a 1-1 count. Should mention, knock on wood, the weather's kept nicely, but there are some storms in the forecast later today, and then does cool off as the week kind of progresses the next 2 days, which I think will be a welcome reprieve as that misses the zone. And the reason I say that is you have teams possibly playing 2 games each day over the next course of the next couple just because of how this bracket now lays out.
Yeah, if weather happens to move anything around, it could be a big load on these girls.
Rundy going to camp out underneath the pop-up and registers out number 2. And that's a big one for this Bobcat squad. One more look. This ball definitely up around the shoulders. And Olson, you said it in our last broadcast, those pitches up high are so tempting as a hitter because those tend to be the ones that can drift out on you.
They can. They're the easiest to hit out of the ballpark, but also the easiest to pop up. And it's a fine balance of getting that pitch out in front of you to where it's still in the zone and you're able to square it up enough without popping under it too much.
1-0. That skips off the dirt to make it 2-0 for Macy Olson. Macy Olson looking for her first trip to first, second, or third today. Popped up to short, popped out to right. And there's a strike on the 2-0. Works it to a 2-1 count, does Vasky. See her adding the towel to the belt loop, keeping the hand dry. And that'll go across the heart of the plate. Nice change up there. Again, just changing the speeds, keeping the eye of the batter on their toes a little bit.
Yeah, being able to change eye levels, to change speeds, anything to keep hitters off balance and unable to predict what might come next is an advantage to the pitcher.
As a batter, how much are you trying to predict the next pitch?
Some are better at it than others. I really cannot read pitches that well, unless it's like a pattern of, okay, you're up 2-0, she's probably going to throw an off speed there. It's going to depend.
Well, she gets Macy Olson to look at that one for out number 3, strikeout number 4. It's a 1-2-3 inning, and the Bobcats will be back up at the dish after the break on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Looks like another perfect day to get out there and enjoy the summer.
Before she gets in the car.
13th through the 23rd.
And we're back here at Channel Field, getting you ready for the home half of the fourth inning. A pretty clean game. Winterset with just one error. Western Dubuque has yet to cede a mistake on the defensive side of this field. That's why we sit 6-3. The bats have been working, and to lead things off now is the top of the order with Carly Vogel. Lefty tries to shoot it over to the left side. Hands a little bit behind it there on the pitch by Good. So here comes the 0-1. Good delivers. That'll take a skip into the mitt of Roberts. And again, the top half of this order has done so much damage, Addie, that you really got to tread lightly.
Absolutely. Good has been a little bit hesitant coming in and attacking the zone right away. She gave up a walk in the last inning, but she's still been effective.
Hot corner for Ferber, and that's got to make you appreciate that a little bit, you being a hot corner player yourself.
I love third baseman. That was a great snag. It's just a pure instinctive reaction, and you gotta be proud of those snags.
Just a one-hopper into the mid of the eighth grader. She handles it, makes the throw across, out number one, brings up Lacey Hafer, and an RBI single 2 innings ago. She'll take the change up, catch in the paint for strike number one.
Thanks for stopping by. Take a little sip of. We got a little bourbon up here. Wash that thing down.
The 0-1 on the way from Good. That'll live out there, and both these pitchers starting to understand the zone that we're getting from home plate umpire Daryl Erickson today.
Yeah, they're both starting to settle in and find a little bit of consistency.
The 0-2 now, on the way. That's chopped. Ferber Fields throws across. No problem for the 5-3 putout. And out number two. Melanie Rundy has a single, a RBI double, or 2 RBIs on the day. She's come around to score herself as well. She's been effective as the 3-hole hitter. Trying to start a 2-out rally here. Fouls it back to the netting in front of us. Getting a great look from behind the circle here, and really one of my favorite camera angles in softball, just because you can see pitch location and you can see the movement on the pitch as well. Rocks and fires, and that's going to take a skip. Not a lot to read on that one. Do you ever give pitching a shot, Addie?
Oh, probably. I did when I was younger, but I really wouldn't ever again. Props to all the pitchers out there. You guys max effort every single pitch. I'm so impressed by them.
At hot corner, how much communication do you have to know too, based on pitch location? I mean,
adjusting, yeah, taking steps every pitch, adjusting to the hitter, to the pitch location. I also take a lot of steps to the mound anyways between pitches to have some chats.
Well, that was hot to Olsen as well. She makes the throw across, though, and a couple of one-hops, not too hard to handle as Winterset goes 1-2-3. And we'll head to the top of the fifth after a quick break on the Girls Union Network.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
Oh.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Looks like another perfect day to get out there and enjoy the summer.
Before she gets in the car, it's easy to choose.
Iowa State Fair, August 13th through the 23rd.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls High School State Tournament. We're in the middle of another hydration break. In the middle of number 4 ranked Western Dubuque and number 5 ranked Winterset Huskies. About to enter the top of the 5th inning. Winterset just took care of Western Dubuque in their first 3-up, 3-down inning. 2 assists from third baseman Ferber at third. And one last one from Olson at shortstop. And Winterset will bring up Ferber to the plate as we take the field again here soon after our 3-minute hydration break. And hot temps here at the Iowa High School State Tournament are not new.
All right, getting back to the action. Folks, make sure you're getting properly hydrated too.
Can confirm it's still hot out, Eddie. Quick step away, outside, and yes, it's hot. The wind does give you a little reprieve, but hydration breaks much needed. Gotta ask, how does softball work in February in the state of Iowa?
It's chilly. It usually doesn't. We go to Florida for it, but March can be chilly and, you know, some 30-degree temps, but we make it work.
Have you guys made the shift to the all-turf field up there yet?
No, we have not. I prefer dirt, though. I don't
Do you?
really want to
Okay.
go to turf yet, so.
You're seeing that shift actually here at the state tournament, too. They have some all-turf fields for the new part of the complex that they're playing all these games at. Seeing it in the CIML certainly as well. Why dirt?
It's just the original way that I've learned to read the ball off the ground, and it does take some of the speed off of it depending on the condition of it. But it's just one of those factors of softball that I enjoy about how it's another part of the game that you kind of have to learn to strategize around.
Third baseman, Danica Ferber.
Danica Ferber takes ball 1 here from Vasky. The 1-0 on the way. Ferber made the shift from the circle over to third and was very active that last half inning. Fielding her position nicely, though. She sits with a 2-0 count. Fouls that off, 2-1. Does your plate approach change much as the game goes on? Like once you've gotten timing down maybe a little bit, or is it just kind of stick to what works and a rhythm for you?
It's if what I'm doing at the start works, then I try to stay consistent. But if I need to change something up to find success, then it will shift.
Ferber finds her way on board with the bloop single out into center. A leadoff single brings up Eva Minnick. Another good piece of hitting here as Vasky delivers and Ferber sits back on it, fires it out into center, and Winterset looking to cut into this 3-run lead a bit more. Playing the long game a little bit today. Can't score 3 runs with one swing right now anyways. as Minnick lays off with the 2-0. Of course, Nora Loudon might have something to say about that with her next at bat. If she has 2 ducks on the pond, she hit a home run in her last plate appearance. It's a 3-0 count. And the last thing you want here if you're Vasky is to put 2 on for the dangerous 5-hole hitter. And that'll catch a corner for strike 1. Minnick was ready to make the trot down to first there.
She was, and Vasky has done a great job of getting the leadoff hitters out. This is only the second leadoff hitter that she allowed on, but coming up with that out and to not allow a back-to-back hit is going to be huge to limit this Winterset fight.
Fern makes the catch at second. First out of this inning brings up Nora Loudon. Had the 2-run jack in the third to straightaway center. This one she's going to slice down the right field line. She's up with a single, rounding second, and not trying to get too far away was Ferber. And another nice piece of hitting by Loudon to take this opposite field, another look at it.
It's opposite than where she shot her a home run, but it's a good job of especially going oppo with a runner on base. And Ferber had maybe the opportunity to take an extra base there, but just trying to keep runners on base right now for Winterset.
Van Pelt flies out to Ramler in center. That'll bring us 2 outs and brings up Addie Gross, looking for her first hit on the afternoon. Gross, the center fielder, flown out twice. 2 outs, but 2 on. Takes strike 1. Gross trying to throw the pace off a little bit here. She'll flare that foul. Is it staying in? It does. It actually falls behind Hafer there on third. That's a tough read. You're trying to find the fence a little bit, and then you got to track the ball as well.
It is, and again, this wind is affecting the game a little bit more than I think we can quite tell. We've seen Rundy over there at short have to take a couple steps in a circle to ensure that she's under a pop fly there. So Hafer also having a little bit of trouble getting under it.
Well, Vasky paints the corner, and she'll sit down Addie Gross for the third out of the inning. 2 hits, 2 left on base, no runs to show. And her Western Dubuque is due up after another quick break on the Girls Union Network.
Join with me in singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Who's out there cheering for Western Dubuque? And who's cheering for the Winterset Huskies? Nice job, folks.
Well, Addie, both teams having a good contingent out here and fans. And, again, there is no reprieve from the sun outside of maybe what's right in front of us here in the press box. It's all sun on these bleachers, but that's not slowing down these fans from enjoying the afternoon. This game has been just absolutely cruising. Both pitchers work quick. And that's led us to the bottom of the 5th here on Channel Seed Field.
Sometimes I like seeing all the gadgets that the fans bring between their umbrellas and their fancy chairs and fans.
I'm a big fan of the neck fan.
Uh-huh.
You know, now they've built in like a cooling mechanism that sits on your neck. Years past, I had to utilize those. This year, well, the union was nice enough to put us up in the press boxes, and where we've got a little bit of air conditioning, though I will say it's getting a little warmer and stuffier up here.
As the day goes on.
Ramler fouls that back to the net for a 1-1 count. And again, the bracket continues on for 4A. After this, we got the afternoon packed with Carlisle and North Polk. North Polk, the runner-up last year. That ball shot out into right, getting on it. Can't quite make the play is Smith. And rounding second, heading for third. We're going to get a play. No, we will not. Sliding in head first is Ramler with the triple. I think that slide hurt Ramler a little bit. She had to stretch for it as we get one more look at it. Here comes the throw in on the relay.
A little bit of a rough landing, a little bit shaken up there, but great aggressive base running and recognizing that she shot that oppo field, and Smith wasn't able to come up with that in right field, and she would be able to make it safely.
Extra base hits in today's game is brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Check them out at channel.com/rise. So now with Ramler sitting in scoring position, Lauren Ervolino due up. Had a home run in her first plate appearance, a single in the third, and going to try to inflict more damage on the Huskies. She takes ball one up and away from good. Mad props to any player that likes sliding head first. I never got the technique down. I was always just kind of a foot first slider. But, yeah, I would have been the one planting my chin firmly in the dirt before I got into third base, as there's ball two.
I've also never been able to master that skill. It's strictly feet first for me.
A little less damage.
Yeah. Plus, you can pop up a little bit easier, too.
The 2-0 on the way. No outs for the Bobcats. Ervolino swings and misses. Again, this season, she's been stellar. .299 batting average, 15 RBIs, 23 hits in 77 plate appearances. She's been critical today. She'll take that for strike two. Felt it was a little up and in. Again, Daryl Erickson behind the dish, giving the benefit of the doubt to Good there. And a 2-2 now. Swing and a miss, strike three, Good. What a beautiful piece of work from the circle.
That was a great pitch to throw in that situation. Again, it's pretty even. It's a 2-2 count, and you want to make sure that you are able to put that out away for your team.
Raquel Fern had the sack bunt and went down looking in her first plate appearance. She lifts that one out deep to right. It's drifting back, and goodbye! Raquel Fern, the 2-run shot, makes it a 5-run game for Western Dubuque.
That was a big swing, a big moment, and a must-go home run.
What a shot from the senior. She lifted that out of here. I don't think anyone was expecting that to go out of there, and then the wind continued to carry it. And she was hype about that, too.
Just her second home run on the season, and it just kept going. Caught the wind out there, and we talked about how that the game has been impacted by it. Finds the jet stream and sails away. 3 home runs in today's game. And Western Dubuque up 8-3. Evelyn White now trying to carry the rally. A 1-0 count to her after taking ball one. The long ball coming into play here in game 2 on Channel Seed Field.
And you had mentioned in her previous at-bat, she put the sack bunt down, and we actually saw the Winterset defense playing her pretty close in front of the baseline as well. They were expecting something similar to that sack bunt that she placed, but she blew it past all of them.
Well, I think, to be honest, you're sitting there watching that pop up and thinking, all right, sack fly does the damage, and instead it just keeps carrying. Plenty of excitement here in the Class 4A state softball bracket, a 3-0 count. And there's a strike from Good to Evelyn White, who wants to get back on base and see if she can get some help from Taylor Witzel on deck. That's fouled back. Keeps the at-bat going with a 3-2 full count now. Again, Western Dubuque narrowly got here with a 5-4 victory over Marion. Beat Independence 5-0 in their first regional game. The full count payoff. Shot right back up the middle. Nice piece of hitting by White. She's on with the single back up the gut.
And that's a way to keep a rally going. Seemed like a little bit of an outside pitch on the outer half, but she got the barrel out there. Stayed connected to it and drove it right back up the middle.
Knew she had to protect the plate, and that's not a bad pitch necessarily by Good. Just a nice piece of hitting by White. Here comes Witzel now. Takes strike one. Witzel today, a walk and a strikeout. Bottom half of this lineup trying to find their stride. White finds her way on base for the first time today. See if Witzel can follow suit. Swing and a miss, strike two. That ball up and in on the hands. A great pitch by Good. Sitting here, home half of 5. Western Dubuque up 5. The 0-2 now, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Good. And we're going to get checked to make sure that, or we're going to get a substitution here. Evelyn Koopman now up. I think we're going to get a substitution, though, in the form of Casey Hodgson, the freshman, going to step in for Koopman. Substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance.
Pinch hitter number 16, Casey Hodgson, now batting for Koopman.
And a big moment here for the freshman, who's batting .348 this season. Hodgson lays off outside. Here comes the 0-1, 2 down. Winterset trying to get away unscathed. Hodgson shoots it up the middle. Quick step on second by Olson. There's out number 3, but a couple runs come across on the 2-run yak by Fern. And that's where we sit, 8-3 going to the top of 6 after the break on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Ready? Let's go.
Mom, over here. Yeah, this kind of thing can happen when you're hiking, but no worries, Mom. I can prescribe something to soothe the itch.
Unity Point Health looks at your family's health from your point of view, offering same-day appointments with expertise focused on what matters most to you. Unity Point Health, expert care focused on you.
And we're back on the Girls Union Network, once again getting you plenty of action from the Girls State Softball Tournament in Class 4A. It's been an entertaining game, to say the least. And again, the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau, as sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to champion our youth and all they have to offer Iowa's future. So getting ready for a couple more games today in Class 4A. Let's take a look at the rest of the 4A bracket really quick here. As I pull it up, we have Carlisle North Polk due up around 3 o'clock today. And then the hometown squad in Fort Dodge taking on Clear Creek Amana in the 5:15 contest. That is the other side of this 4A bracket. Again, winner advances from this one to play ADM tomorrow at 12:30 here on Channel Seeds Field. Shortly, or the game before that, will be Burlington taking on the loser of this game. So again, double elimination bracket, going to work things through. If you lose in this first day, to keep things going, you'll have to win at least twice tomorrow. And then you're going to have to win a couple more down the road as well. You cannot afford to lose a second game. And again, love the mentality, love the shift. It's going to make for a busy week here. I know we gave props to our umpires and these players. Also props to the ground crews out here, keeping this field beautiful and upright.
Yeah, they're always staying busy. They're always on top of things, ready to keep tournaments on schedule and stuff. And they're definitely some of the unspoken heroes of this tournament.
You know, it's something to be said for Fort Dodge hosting this tournament. They do such a great job. Teams stay at the Iowa Central campus as well and get that experience, some great team bonding. Really is a full-on experience for these teams to come out here in a busy week. Going to see if I can find some other scores from the rest of today's tournament happenings. If you just sit with us tightly, Vasky stays in the circle for this Western Dubuque team. She's been working really nicely and efficiently. A couple blemishes here or there, but really hasn't slowed her down.
From Polk City, playing our 1947 Wurlitzer Oregon. Thank you, Chuck. Nice round of applause for Chuck.
See if we can get our scores brought up here. Thank you to Bound as well. Let's go to our 1A bracket really quick. Edgewood, Colesburg tops Exira EHK Audubon 6-3 in Class 1A. Right now, West Monona and Southeast Warren playing there. Class 2A, Cardinal over Grandview Christian 4-3 and an 8 seed over 1 seed upset. Class 3A, Williamsburg rolls past West Liberty 15-1. And in Class 5A, Waukee Northwest over Pleasant Valley 4-1 in that matchup. Leading things off here in the 6th inning, Tenley Smith, she takes ball 1. And that's going to stay low in the zone for ball 2. And Addie, I know you said you never got to experience playing here in your high school days. You always ended up in the brackets that seemed to have Centennial, Dowling, some of those tough outs back in your playing days.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to play against such intense competition. A little disappointing when we couldn't quite power past them and try and punch our own ticket, but it was kind of nice to say that we only lost to Centennial by 2 runs, and then they went on to win the championship. So absolutely,
no less. Still, it's a gauntlet to just get here. That just speaks to it. As that was strike 1 on the 3-0 count to Tenley Smith. She thought she had a free trip down to first base. Instead, our umpire calls her back. That one does stay down in the zone, and Smith is aboard with the walk. Her second trip down to first base, courtesy of a free pass.
I'll bring up catcher Kayla Roberts.
Or not. We got 24, 2, 2.
So we're going to get another IMT insurance substitution. And 24, Paisley Jack, the 8th grader, going to step in here, batting .438 this season.
Paisley Jack, hitting for Winterset.
Hitting for Kayla Roberts. Always fascinating to see the game within the game. As there's a stolen base for Tenley Smith. Good heads-up play is maybe a little lax on that loose ball there.
Yeah, she had some trouble finding it in the dirt around Paisley Jack there, and just taking a breath to recollect herself after that one.
Gonna get a circle visit there. A couple of other games going on across the classes, still scoreless, but looks like in Class 2A right now, Iowa City Regina up on Hinton 6-2. And in Class 1A, got a 6-3 lead. Well, they haven't started that next game yet in Class 1A. Here we sit with a 1-1 count to the 8th grader Paisley Jack. She stays away from that for ball 2. She's got one in scoring position here as a couple aboard for the top of this order. Could be a scary sight for this Winterset team as they're looking for a little life. Found back to the netting. So a 2-2 now for Vasky. Deals, induces another foul ball. Good battle by Jack. No outs, 6th inning. 5-run game. Winterset needs to cut into that lead here to give themselves a chance in the 7th. And that'll ring up across the heart of the plate. Great pitch by Vasky for the backwards K. Her 5th strikeout on the afternoon. Brings up McKenna Olson now. Couple of hits. She ropes that one down the line, just foul. Just a long first strike. She's a little bit out in front of Vasky there.
And Winterset getting down to their last couple opportunities, last couple outs, last couple innings. They're probably getting a little antsy, but it's important, again, not to press, to stay within your game here, stay within what you do well.
She wanted to hit that one hard. Instead, it's going to stay in the park. Camps under it is White, out number 2, as McKenna Olson, F7 in your scorebook. Another look at it. Again, this one in off the hands. Maybe just, it's one of those, she's out too far in front of it, gets under it a little bit, can't really do a lot with it.
It's a good pitcher's pitch.
That ball shot out into the gap in right center, drifting back, and that one is gone. A 2-run shot, Macy Olson.
Home run! Macy Olson. Home run. Also scores Tenley Smith.
Well, these are just carrying out of the ballpark at this point, Addie.
You know, and that's what happens when you face good pitchers. If you barrel it just enough, the velocity is going to help you out. And both of these offenses, the Bobcats and the Huskies, have been able to power several long balls out of the park.
228 feet.
228 feet, according to our scorekeepers up here, by guesstimation. And that's, I believe, 4 or 5 home runs on the day. Got to go back through my book and find them all. At least 4 home runs brings up Ferber. And we're just having some fun with the scorekeepers up here. They like to have some fun with the fans as well. As 2 down, Danica Ferber started this game in the circle. Takes ball 1. It's only a 3-run game, and we talked about it. Winterset needing to just get a couple of runs here to give themselves a true shot in the 7th. A little 2-out rally could go a long way. Ferber swings with all her might. Vasky settling things back down a bit, though. Ferber has to shuffle away from that. 2-1. Again, both these teams know how to put up runs. Western Dubuque averaging more than 6 runs a game. Winterset close to 6 as well this season, and both sticking right around their average right now. And there's a free trip aboard. Brings us a walk for Ferber, and that brings up Eva Minnick. Minnick's had a double, a single, flew out to second, but she's got the ability to power one out of here too. Minnick stays away from it, takes strike 1. Seeing Winterset maybe be a little pickier here now too, based compared to what we saw earlier in this game.
Yeah, they're definitely settling in, working deeper in the counts.
The flare's going to fall into no man's land, and the two-out rally continues as Minnick's aboard with the bloop single.
Base hit by Minnick. Herder moves to second. That'll bring up first.
Just muscles this one off the hands, it looked like.
Maybe a little bit under it, maybe a little bit jammed, but it does the job, and the Huskies continue to run with the momentum that they've been gaining.
Coach Rex Massey going to make a circle visit once again. Again, 6th season, been to state every year but 2022. And now just trying to recollect his defense here a bit with 2 outs, but the bats have come to life with Winterset. Playing some fearless softball, I'm sorry. We talked about it. Sometimes youth is bliss and ignorance a bit, and you don't know any better as a young team, but to just keep battling. I think that's what we're seeing out of Winterset right now.
Yeah, they've got nothing to lose. The 5 seed in the tournament, the ranked 6th overall in the final IGHSAU team rankings. They've definitely set the tone, proved that they deserve to be here, and they're not going to quit.
Well, Nora Loudon hit a home run back in the 3rd inning, and she took a swing at that one like she wanted another. Again, preach patience maybe a little bit with the 5-spot hitter, the first baseman. Gets under that one. It's going to be able to camp under his White and make out number 3, but 2 runs come in on the blast by Macy Olson. Makes it a 3-run game as we go to the home half of 6. Western Dubuque going to try and rebuttal back. Huskies going to try and keep it in reach here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, welcome back into the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. 8-5. Sun is shining. Heat is certainly out there, but we do have some storms in the forecast, and for my friend Trent Condon's sake, I hope they avoid us at all costs. But looking out over the left field fence, there's a nice little thunderhead developing out there, so keep an eye on that as the day goes on. Again, anything lightning-wise, we'll throw a delay on. Knock on wood, we're just going to keep this thing pumping right along, Addie.
Not this rate. It's going to continue to just keep moving along.
Nice. Summer in Iowa tends to induce some of those thunderstorms. You can kind of see the stuff out over right field. There on the left side of the screen is kind of that storm I'm talking a little bit about. Just watching those build a bit. Again, summer heat, get the corn sweat mixing in. Plenty of humidity in the air, and, well, you occasionally get a nice little thunderstorm to pop up. Impacts the dirt fields a little bit more than the turf field. So to counter your point, I think some grounds crews would like the turf field just for the sake of ease and drainage, but
definitely easier to maintain. Yeah.
So that'll take us here to the home half of 6. And leading us off, top of the order, Carly Vogel does hit her on the arm. She's aboard with the free base. Not how you want to necessarily start this inning, as Good delivers, and leadoff runners on board with Lacey Hafer. So you've seen both Hafer girls play. Who's scarier at the plate?
Oh, okay. This isn't fair to Lacey at all, but I've played against Hannah, her older sister, and man, that girl can swing the bat hard.
Shown bunt, throw down, gets away out into center as Vogel does come away with the stolen base. And no, certainly not a shot at Lacey. And give Lacey some time. I'm sure she'll be right there with her sister, just a sophomore. But, it's hard not to get those comparisons sometimes as sisters go through programs and stuff like that.
It is hard, and sisters generally tend to take after one another a bit, too. So swings are probably pretty similar.
Hafer, the hot corner. on defense. Shows bunt, lays it down. A little English is going to drift it foul.
Western Dubuque seeming like they're trying to find a way to push another across, even if it's not that many, just to take some momentum back. You've got a 3-run lead. It's potentially your last opportunity to have an at-bat once we get to the top of the 7th. So just trying to make another run come across the board.
Hafer does her job, fielded by Olsen. The throw down is in time, but the bunt moves over the runner. And I think you're right. 3 runs does have a different feel versus 4 runs. It's one of those spots where we've seen the ball get out of the park easily in some manner today. And so I think that 4th run differential really does play a mental edge.
And the Bobcats have been able to hold the Winterset offense, only scoring 2 runs per inning.
Nice job.
Of 2 runs. Yeah.
Nice job by Roberts there to keep that ball in front of her and not make it an easy trip home for Carly Vogel at third. Good settles in the circle with the 1-0 count. Rundy appears to offer. They're going to check and say no, she didn't. A little bit of an awkward hold there. I think her foot just slipped out from under her a bit. As Rundy sits with a 2-0 count. And we're going to get a conversation. I think Winterset head coach Anita Smith wants an explanation because the follow through as she fell looked like it brought the bat beyond that angle, but I don't think it's going to get her. That argument's not going to quite land the way she wants it to.
Yeah, that's a tough judgment call to make as an umpire, especially when swings happen so quickly and other body parts are moving unnaturally in these instances. But yeah, it's definitely hard to see exactly when the bat breaks the plane of the plate.
So Rundy sits with a 2-0 count. 1 out. Ramler on deck. Ramler's got a triple today. Rundy's been great as well. She takes that for the 3-0 count here in the 6th. Rundy today, 2 RBIs, a single, a double. Did ground out in her 4th inning appearance. .30 on the way. Take sign probably given, and she does take strike 1. Wind still blowing out to right center here on Channel Field. That ball hit right back at Good. She knocks it down. No play as that's going to bring in Vogel. And a 4-run lead as Good wore that one. It's a hard hit ball by Rundy. We'll credit that with a single on the RBI.
Her 3rd RBI of the day. She knows how to do her job in the 3 spot. Pushing runners across, putting her team in the best possible position they can be in.
And here comes the courtesy runner, and substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Jumping in is the courtesy runner, Addie Moore, sophomore. And Rundy did check with Good. Make sure she was okay after getting over to first. Just never like seeing an opponent hit by a ball that hard. That's all. It can be scary moments, certainly. Would rather have it off the body than towards the upper body. But
yeah, it's always better that's the body than the face. But while the battle wounds are cool, they don't always feel great in the moment.
What, you don't like realizing you can see the seams of the softball left on you? I mean, come on.
I like looking at it, but I don't like feeling it.
1 strike. No balls here to Kyla Ramler. Ramler had a triple back an inning ago. Also came in to score. Part of that 2-run shot by Fern as that's fouled straight back. Make a play on it, Addie. Oh, it's just in front of us. 0-2 count. I know we've given a lot of credit to a lot of different spots. Also credit to our camera operators who have to sit out in the sun today. Little to no reprieve other than that breeze. That ball's hit hard on a rope. That's going. Kiss it goodbye. Kyla Ramler. On a rope, Kyla Ramler. And that will balloon this lead up to 6.
I'm so impressed with how Kyla Ramler has adjusted between all of her at-bats, between hitting a grounder in a first at-bat that turned into a fielder's choice out, and then battling in a long at-bat in the second inning to ultimately strike out, but then coming up big with a triple and a 2 RBI home run. That's huge, and that just shows her commitment to making in-game adjustments and play adjustments, learning from her teammates, learning from her experiences. That's a great outing right there.
Ramler's 9th home run of the season has Western Dubuque eyeing up a trip to take on top-seeded ADM tomorrow afternoon here on Channel Field. Right now, an 0-1 count now. Lauren Ervolino has been in on the home run party. She had one in the first inning. She'll stay away from that even though it crosses the dish just inside part of the plate. 4 strike 2, an 0-2 count. That'll miss just outside. 1-2. And the hitting clinic has been on full display from Western Dubuque today. Props to Winterset, too. They've certainly battled in there, but we're seeing Western Dubuque's bats just really show why they're so dangerous this time of year. 2-2 count to Lauren Ervolino. Fouled off, keeping the at-bat alive. The other thing about Ramblers, that thing was out of here in a hurry. A straight rope. It wasn't one of those towering, exit velo angles that you're typically used to. That thing was just hammered.
She just barreled that up on a line.
Any good hitter can appreciate it. Well, Western Dubuque not done yet. Trying to do some more damage. Fielded nicely at short. Throw over. Squeezed by Olsen.
Nice throw by Olsen. Round number 2.
I'm sorry, Loudon. I apologize. Loudon over there at first. Olsen on the throw. My notes aren't great today. My apologies. So 2 down now. Brings up Raquel Fern. She hit a 2-run blast in her last plate appearance as good misses just outside. So here comes the 1-0 to Fern. Lifts that out of play, fouls it back.
Can a reminder, fans, please turn all foul balls into the concession stand. We appreciate your cooperation.
I want to give props to Good here real quick. We've seen a lot of balls hit out of the park, but she's only given up 1 walk, and so that's just a credit to the way she keeps attacking the zone. She keeps putting her trust in her defense and in her ability to keep hitters off balance. So even if it doesn't quite work out in her favor, again, she's putting themselves in the best position they possibly can be right now.
Well, I'd expect Good obviously has a lot of trust from her coach, but I think Ferber would probably get the start again tomorrow in their elimination game. But again, we're seeing that dynamic shift a lot. A lot of coaches, I think, would stick with their ace to try and ride out some of these games because it's always must-win in years past. This year, trying to keep an arm fresh. I think maybe that's why we saw a shorter hook, not just in today's game with Ferber, but in our first game of the day with Hill as well. It's just, again, a little bit of that game within the game as the count works full.
Yeah, slightly different approach to the tournament as a whole.
So here comes the payoff with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good ends the inning with the K. And Winterset down to their final 3 outs, down 6. They have to find a rally here in the top of the 7th, or they'll be in elimination mode starting tomorrow. That's next on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
So we sit 11-5, 12 hits in this game for Western Dubuque, 9 hits for Winterset. It's been the long ball for both teams, and have certainly kept us on the edge of our seats. John Schaefer, Addie Wells, looking to close today's second 4A game out. Getting you ready for the back half of what is another busy day. Again, we have 5 diamonds going across the Rogers Sports Complex, 5 classes of softball. It's an exciting day here in the state of Iowa for girls softball.
It is 20 games are being played at this complex today, and to put that in perspective, on the other side in Carroll and Cedar Rapids for the baseball state tournament, they're playing a total of 8 games across both complexes. So just to put that in perspective, this is credits all the staff here, the organizers, everyone that makes this event possible. It's putting in the work.
I know as a former media person, covered state softball a handful of times, I'd be pulling my hair out a little bit trying to figure out how to navigate 5 fields of action, but no less, credit to the Girls Union Network and getting all 5 fields going all day, every day over the next few days. Iowa PBS will have your championship matchups, and certainly it's a busy week, but once again, Fort Dodge, the Union, they do such a great job putting this event on. It's only going to get better as we get more games going on across the day tomorrow. I don't want to look ahead at tomorrow, but I'm going to just for the sake of doing some mathematics. If we've got, 20 games today, I think we'll have 40 games tomorrow roughly. Somewhere not quite that high, but I know we've got at least...
I want to say it's closer to 25.
Okay, so add 2 more games on each complex, or 1 more game on each complex.
Yeah.
So you have 25. And then it keeps going from there. Sorry, not quite 40. We're not playing into the midnight hours, but still, 25 games tomorrow is quite the undertaking. And
Wednesday can range from 15 to 25 games.
Yeah, it's quite the format. Again, giving these teams the best experience possible and an opportunity to go win a state title, even if Game 1 doesn't necessarily go their way. That's what makes this format fun and exhilarating. But Western Dubuque eyeing up the easier route if they can. Trying to close this one out up 6 in the top of the 7th. Again, Winterset down to their final 3 outs, and it's going to start off with Taylor Van Pelt, their 6-hole hitter. And she'll take ball 1. You need base runners here. Patience is going to be key, I think, for these batters.
Especially for the bottom half of this lineup. You cannot change the outcome of this game with one swing right now. You've just got to work to get on base, whether that's a hit by pitch, a walk, a single, a double, anything to find your way on board.
A 1-1 count. That ball lifted out into center, going back. It's off the wall. Van Pelt rounds first. She's going to stand up at second with a leadoff double. Taylor Van Pelt. Thought that one was going, didn't you?
I did for a second, but that is exactly how you get on board. She drills that to center.
It's off the fence. It's a tough play for Ramler to make. Again, having a warning track in baseball makes such a difference when you can track it based off of your feel on the feet. Here you don't have that aspect. And that's a tough play to make, and no less. Winterset's rally starts off the top.
Our fence is 200 feet all the way around Channel Seats Field. It's a little bit different than the normal high school field. I'd say an average high school field is about 180 on the left field side and the right field side, and then roughly 200 or 210 to center. Depends.
That ball shot right back up the middle. Gross. is going to bring Van Pelt around. A play at the plate. The tag applied. Runner thrown out. That was Macy Landers, the pinch runner who got sent from second. And what a throw home by Ramler. Another look at it. Ramler bobbles it, makes the big throw right on the money.
What a way to recover after bobbling that. I think the pinch runner was determined to go on that no matter what, trying to push a run across there, and Ramler was ready.
You certainly need runs, but in that spot, I don't think there's a wrong answer. Sometimes it's just who can make a play, and Ramler does it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that decision there. A lot of things have to go right. The throw has to be on point. It has to be in time. The tag has to be applied correctly without bobbling, and it worked in favor of the Bobcats.
Bobcats just need 2 more outs to send this one packing for the day. That's fouled back. A 1-2 count now to Tenley Smith. Smith today, a couple of walks and a strikeout on her scorecard. She battles and fouls that one back to the bleachers. Gross sits at second after advancing on that throw home. That ball shot back up the middle, fielded nicely. Fern throws over to Wetzel for out number 2, and it's the final out now for the Winterset Huskies on the winner's side.
Crowd number 2.
Paisley Jack was the pinch hitter in her last plate appearance, or in this spot in the order. She stays in the lineup. The 8th grader with 1 in scoring position as the runner advanced to third. 2 outs. Jack connects. It's fouled off. The 0-1 on the way from Vasky. That one's fouled into the dugout as well. Vasky today has been stellar. He's had 4 strikeouts to speak of. I know 5 runs may not say stellar, but I really do think she's done a nice job in the circle, just staying calm, collected when things could have gotten away from her. The 0-2 fouled off once again. See what they call here. She swung at it, but where did it hit her? They're going to say she went around. And that will end it for strike 3, as the contact was not off the bat but off the body. And that is where this one ends. 11-5. Western Dubuque Bobcats are advancing to the winner's side of the 4A bracket. They'll take on ADM tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. Meanwhile, Winterset's tournament far from over. They'll get a matchup with the 8-seed Burlington at 10:15 back here on Channel Seeds Field as well. Addie Wells, final thoughts on today's second game of the 4A contest.
It was a stellar offensive performance from both sides here, the Huskies and the Bobcats, both sending several balls out of the park, but ultimately Dubuque had the upper edge here today and outperformed them.
Western Dubuque wins it, 11 runs on